Hello YouTube. Today in the shop I've got a 2024 BMW X7 with the S68 engine. It's a 4.4 V8, and what we're doing today is an oil service on it. It's a pretty easy job on these vehicles. The first step is to get the vehicle on ramps or something similar, jacked up on jack stands or otherwise so that you can fit underneath it. Once that's up in the air like that, we can proceed with removing the oil filter and draining the oil from the bottom of the engine. All right, so we're gonna crawl underneath the vehicle here, as you can see. There's the front wheels over here, and right over here are the access holes for the oil filter and the oil drain plug. So we'll need a 10mm hex to get the oil drain plug out. And then right over here for the oil filter, this is the drain for the oil filter. That'll take a T55 Torx. So you need a 36mm socket to unscrew this from the bottom of the engine. And there we go. So we'll let that drain until it's done draining, and then we'll move over to the oil filter. And then we'll let this one drain out. Once it's done draining out, we'll pull it off the rest of the way with a 36mm socket. Should just pop straight out. Ooh. So remove the O-ring and clean up the housing there. Prep it for the new O-ring. So we'll go ahead and put the new drain plug in on the bottom of the oil filter housing. Torque this to 5 Nm. There we go. Next order of business is to put the new O-ring in the groove right here. Put a light coating of fresh engine oil on it, and it'll be ready to go. So here's the oil filter. There are 2 different sides to it, and as you can see here, it says cap side here. So this is the side that goes inside the housing cap right here. It'll fit right over that bypass valve. And it just simply inserts into the housing. So once it's pressed into place, that gets screwed back into the bottom of the engine and tightened to 40 Nm. There we go, 40 Nm. So there's a part number for the oil pan drain plug. And here's what it looks like. As you can see, they were nice enough to put the Torx back right on it, 8 Nm. There we go. It's only going into plastic, so that's why it's got a low torque spec there. So we'll get this area cleaned up with some brake clean, get all that oil residue off so the engine doesn't start smelling like burning oil. And once we're done with that, we'll go back up on the top side and start putting the fluid in. Now we are adding oil to the engine. This is oil that was purchased from the dealer who looked it up by the VIN number. It is always important to add the correct oil to the engine. This engine takes about 10.5 liters of oil. We are adding about 10 for now, and we'll verify with the electronic dipstick to see if we need to add more later. We've got oil in the engine now, and the next task is to reset the service indicator. So we'll hit the start-stop button 3 times rapidly. From here, we'll push and hold the menu button here for 20 seconds. Then we'll see engine oil reset possible. We hit the button again for 3 seconds or so. Then it'll ask to reset, so we'll hit the button again for another 3 or 4 seconds. We have the reset in progress. Reset successful. As you can see, we are back to 10,000 miles for the interval, and it has the date there for the next engine service. So we've driven around for about 20 minutes or so to get the engine warmed up and up to temperature. Now we're going to check the oil level just to make sure that we have the oil level at its correct level. So to do that, from the home menu here, we'll hit that button there to get to the various different apps in the system here. We'll scroll down to vehicle status, and from here we can see the vehicle status menu, and we can go to oil level. Right here it shows that it's okay, but we can get a more detailed measurement going into this menu. So we'll go ahead and do the oil level measurement. Start measurement. So I'm hitting the button here as an enter button. Now that the system has finished measuring the engine oil level, you can see a graphical dipstick here, and in this case you see that it's just below the max level. This is an acceptable level, but if you'd like to get it to the max level, you can go ahead and add a little bit of oil, maybe a 1/4 liter at a time, and repeat this process until you get it to the max mark. And that concludes the oil service on this BMW X7. I hope you found this video helpful. If you liked the video, please click the like button and consider subscribing to my channel. Thanks, and have a great day.